Here. Okay, 1 second here. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay, hello guys. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Okay, hey guys. Okay, hey everyone. Okay, my weekend was good. Why are you ignoring chat? I'm not ignoring chat, I just started the stream. I was just setting up everything in the stream. Which PSN account you on? I only have one, Polish Mercenary. Hi Logan. Hey Eric. Okay, whoever needs help selling, invite me, and I will help you. Let's see. What CEO is this? I'll help Pierston. I don't think I've helped Pierston sell in some time. Have you heard of Matt McMuscle? According to his sources, the Saints Row reboot was rewritten three to four times and created the differences between Volition and Deep Silver. I will, I'm gonna look into that. I might make a video about that, talking about that, Ryan. Are you playing on Performance RT or Performance mode? Let's look. Performance. Okay.
Excuse yourself right now.
Am I gonna play Cyberpunk? Maybe one day. I have so many other games to play at the moment.
We gonna make.
This is gonna be an ambush. Pierston. Pierston, can you please, like, get, like, an oppressor or something and just, like, okay, never mind, you're getting a bike. Because this is going to be a, how many people do we have in this MC? Oh, we have 4. Okay, never mind. Just drive to it then. But this is going to be an ambush. What's your plans for the week, bro? Oh, I'm gonna be working on my GTA Online 10-year anniversary video, and I'm gonna be working on my Saboteur lore video. Remember the story you told us, the school snitch? If I was the friend of that student who got detention, that snitch would have ended up in ICU. Oh, well. It was, he was just a stupid kid that literally told on everybody for the stupidest reasons. What kind of car were you driving? That was the Eudora. Thank you, Landon. But, for people that don't know what Landon is talking about, is, when I was in middle school, this is like, 7th grade, this is, 7th, 8th grade, this was like, 2007, 2007, yeah. It was about that time, 2006, 2007. So, what happened was, there was this one kid who, he was a new kid at my school, and he did one of the worst possible things that you can possibly do, in my school, and that was just to tell on everybody for the stupidest reasons. Now, this kid was just constantly telling on everybody for just really, stupid, dumb things. What happened is, look, if somebody is like bullying somebody or if somebody is like doing something horrible, there's nothing wrong with telling a teacher about that. But that's not what this kid was doing. This kid, what he was doing is he would tell on kids for like the stupidest things. For example, if kids were chewing gum, he would tell on a student for that. If a kid was walking in the school in the hallway without a pass, he would tell on a kid for that. So he'd tell a teacher about that. So these are things that are like harmless that he was like telling on kids for, like really stupid things, and he was just constantly called a tattletale, and he would just tell on everybody. And what ended up happening is one day I remember I was sitting at a lunch table, and we had like these really long lunch tables in the cafeteria, and this kid was sitting in the same table, and there was a few other kids that were down the table. The few other kids, they were kind of like I wouldn't say they were like bad kids, but they were oftentimes like, you know, class clowns, like those type of people. They would interrupt the teacher, you know, stuff like that. And what happened is one of the kids was talking about the principal, and the other kid basically said, "F the principal." And that other kid who constantly tells on everybody heard that, and he just gets up, just sprints out of the cafeteria. I'm like, where the hell is this kid going? Like, I didn't understand what was going on. And then, literally like 5 minutes later, you hear the principal in a very angry voice just say on the microphone, you know, "David, come down to the principal's office now." David was the kid who said "F the principal." And so he told on that kid for that. For a kid saying "F the principal" at lunch, he told on a kid for that. For such a stupid thing, you would tell on somebody for that. And what ended up happening is David got suspended or detention. I'm trying to remember exactly what he got, but he got in trouble. And what ended up happening is David's friends after school jumped that kid, and they beat that kid up. They didn't, like, really hurt him, but they bruised him. And, you know, I'm not saying that it was okay for them to do that, but that kid did a really stupid thing by, you know, telling on David for just, like, such a idiotic, dumb thing. Or just, like, for what? You know, for saying "F the principal." Like, why would you tell on a kid for that? That's like, David wasn't bullying anybody, he wasn't doing anything bad, he just said "F the principal." You know, sure, it's not nice, but he wasn't causing harm to anyone. And he got told on for that. And, what happened after he got beat up? So, after that kid who told on him, the tattletale, after he got beat up, you know, he comes back to school, and, when he comes back to school, everybody knows what happened. You know, everybody knows, you know, that it was David's friends that, that attacked him. And he comes to school, and you can tell, he's like bruised. He's not like, you know, he's not like in cast or anything like that, but he's like a little bruised, and you can tell that he got hurt recently. So this kid starts wandering around the cafeteria, like nobody wants to sit with this kid, because this kid is like constantly snitching on people. Like I said, he tells on people for chewing gum. Like, that's dumb things he does. He got so many people in trouble for just such stupid things. Like, if anybody has ever seen that show Recess, you know that kid Randall, he's like, Miss Finster. That's like, honestly, like, that kid reminds me of him, because it was just like that. And what ends up happening is this kid, he ends up sitting down at the same table where me and my friend were. We were sitting at a table by ourselves, and I was basically thinking to myself, I was like, oh great, now everybody's gonna think that I'm snitching too, because he's sitting at my table. And so what ends up happening is he sits down at my table, and the kid's name was Zachary, and so, like, I tell him, I'm like, Zachary, listen, I'm like, you know, I know you're new at this school, but, like, I'm like, there's one thing you don't do, it's like, don't snitch on people, like, constantly, because you're not making any friends, people don't like you, you're not getting anything out of it, you know, like, you can still change, you don't have to be, like, you know, like this. That's, like, why people have such a problem with you, because you're constantly telling on everybody for such stupid things. And what ends up happening is I tried to talk some sense into him, to try to give him some advice to stop him from getting harassed and hurt. And, you know, I thought I was doing the right thing, but what ends up happening is this kid, what he does is he just sits there and just stares at me. Like, he just gives me a blank stare. He doesn't say anything, nothing, just stares at me for, like, the rest of, like, lunch. It was, like, a very awkward lunch. And what ends up happening is, next class I have is math. During math class, I get called out of math class to the assistant principal's office. And the assistant principal says to me, you know, Patrick, Zachary told me that you're spreading false rumors about him. Why would you do something like this? I expected better from you. You don't misbehave and stuff like that. And I was like thinking to myself, I was like, my God, all I basically did was tell him to, like, stop snitching on people and for stupid things, and he snitches on me for that. And I was like, you know, this is so... that was like the only time I'd ever been called to the assistant principal's office. I've never been called to the principal's office before that. I wasn't a snitch. I never did stuff like that, but I didn't misbehave either. And so that was the only time I've ever been called to the assistant principal's office for something like that. And so I got really annoyed. And after, I refused to ever talk to that kid again. I was like, nope, we're done. I'm not talking to you again. It's like, you know, I tried to give you advice, but it's just that. And so he never got beat up. He never got attacked again. But, like, kids really didn't like him. They really didn't. And that was just it. I'm not saying David's friends did the right thing by beating him up. But he, like, you know, he told on David for such a stupid thing. It's just like, why would you do that? You know, that's just so dumb. It's such an insignificant thing to tell on somebody for. Like if a kid is getting bullied, right? If a kid is getting bullied or something like that, or another kid, like, steals their money, that's a valid thing to tell on somebody for. You know, that's not snitching. That's like, you know, that's doing the right thing. But if you tell on somebody for, like, chewing gum, you know, walking in the hallway without a pass, or you tell on somebody for saying F the principal, that's like the stupidest thing that you can possibly tell on somebody. You're not hurting anybody. It's just such a stupid thing. What happened to that kid after? I have no idea, because next year I moved away to a different town, and so I have no idea what happened to him. But that was just such a stupid thing. It's like, my God, right? You know. Let's see, where is this? Why is the truck all the way there? What the hell? I've never seen it spawn all the way here. Private schools are worse, especially when the director's kids go there. They would lie to their parents about everyone and get them in trouble. Oh, I believe it, Maxwell. Thank you for the super chat. There was a private school that was actually, like, there's a private school that was very close to my, it was very close to my school. And thankfully, my parents never sent me there. It was a more prestigious school than the school that I went to. I went to a public school, but I preferred the public school over the private school. I preferred it much more. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that my parents never sent me there. Thoughts on John Gotti, the mafia boss. You know, when he had his funeral in New York, he had one of the biggest funerals ever. I remember that. His funeral was, like, massive in New York City. Yeah, but I do know about John Gotti is how the police basically got him is that John Gotti was a very smart man. He would not speak on the telephone, and if he did speak on the telephone, he would talk in codes, like coded language, so that he wouldn't be caught. And what John Gotti also did is John Gotti did not talk any crimes in his businesses, any of that stuff, on his properties. He was very smart about how he kept to himself. However, though, what the police got him on is that what John Gotti would do is he would walk down the street. So he would walk on the sidewalk and he would talk to his guys about, you know, mafia stuff. And how the police basically got him is they taped the little coin things. The coin things that you use to park the parking meters. Those things. They put listening devices in the parking meters. So when John Gotti would walk past the parking meters and he'd talk about, like, a murder or something like that, he'd be caught on tape from that. That's how they got him. Let's see here. No, I saw a Dark Soul. Thank you for the super chat. And thank you, Maxwell and Lendon. Well, no, the thing about that is that here's the thing is the school that I went to when I went to school in New York City is I was a good kid, you know, I got good grades in class and stuff like that, but other kids didn't hate me. You know, even the kids that hated the teachers, they didn't hate me, they didn't dislike me. You know, I minded my own business. I didn't get into other people's personal affairs. I didn't, you know, tell on anybody. I didn't do stuff like that. The only time I did actually tell on somebody was only one time I did it, where there was this one kid, I told this story before, where this one kid was like a psychopath, and I'm not even joking when I say a psychopath. Like, you know, this was a kid who who he would tell kindergartners, because my school had, elementary school, middle school was a very, very big school. He would tell, like, kindergartners, like, there's no such thing as Santa Claus, just to, like, make kids cry. He would attack kids all the time. He would beat kids up, like, really badly, take their money, and even if, he just didn't like you, he just beat you up. Thankfully, I never got hurt by him. But this kid was a big kid. He was scary. He had, like, no emotion. None. Like, I haven't seen that, and that's why I call him a psychopath. Because this kid was, like, he had no sense of empathy for anybody. He was like nobody he cared about. He had no friends. He didn't like anybody, but everybody was scared of him. They were terrified of this kid. And so what happened was, one day I see this kid actually jump another kid. And this other kid was actually a kid that previously had a problem with me, the kid that jumped him. But even though I had a problem with this other kid, I still, like, got really annoyed when that happened. And, there was, like, this little kind of, like, side area near the playground. It was kind of like an area that was not that visible, and I happened to be around there. I see, this psychopath kid, come up behind this other kid, and he just punched him in the back of the head. I've never seen anybody get knocked down like that. He just fell flat on the ground. Like, it was really bad. His glasses got broke. He got, hurt really badly. And what ends up happening is this kid, the whole reason that he did that was just to take his money. That was the whole, and the kid had no idea who beat him up. He probably assumed that it was that kid. At that point, I got pissed off, and that was the only time I actually told on somebody. I went to the assistant principal's office, and I wrote a report about that, and I had a signed report, and I asked the assistant principal, is this kid gonna find out that I had written this report? And she said no. And so I had never been in trouble before. I had never, caused any problems, and so they took my report seriously, that I had signed this, that this is what happened. And that kid ended up getting suspended for a very long time and never saw him again. And the reason that was the only time I ever told on anybody, ever. I never told anybody for anybody else, and that was because I was sick of it, because that kid terrorized people. He would constantly beat people up, he would constantly scare people. It was like this kid was evil, like actually evil. And so I was just sick of him terrorizing people. I was sick of this crap, and I was just tired of just being constantly scared. And that's why I told on that one kid. That was the only time I ever told on anybody ever to a teacher, because he was, and also it was also one of the other factors that I told on him was it was my revenge on him too, because how he wronged me in the past was he had what he did was he stole my Game Boy. So when we were in 5th grade, I had like a Game Boy Advance SP that I had gotten for Christmas, and I loved that thing, and I played it during lunch and stuff like that. I remember I played Donkey Kong on it, and one day my lunch bag got ripped open, and somebody had took my Game Boy Advance SP. And what happened is I found it was obvious it was him, because he was in that class, and he was caught, stealing other Game Boys. He was caught selling other Game Boys and phones and other stuff that he would steal from kids. My Game Boy was never retrieved. I never found out what happened to it, but it was obvious he did it, and so that was one of the other factors on why I did that. It was my revenge him. You're gonna screw me over like this too, I'm gonna get you suspended. So that was it. So that was the only time I ever told on anybody, but that's because the kid was a psychopath. Like I said, he deserved to get suspended. But that other kid that I was talking about, he was an absolute snitch, because he would snitch on people for just like walking in the halls without a pass, chewing gum, saying F the principal, for just stupid things. That's not okay. If you're gonna tell on somebody to a teacher, tell on somebody for doing something really bad, like bullying somebody, stealing some money from somebody. That's something that's fine to tell on somebody for. But if you're telling on people just for like chewing gum and like walking in the school without a pass, that's just stupid, and you're an idiot. So that's how to say it. But yeah, that kid was an absolute psychopath, and is probably one of the most evil people I've ever met in my life. Probably the most evil person, actually. That kid, what I'll tell you about it is, now that I think about it, because I got that kid suspended, when I look back on it, I think to myself, that when I got that kid suspended, I probably saved other kids. Because he wasn't able to hurt anybody, rob anybody, or beat anybody up in that time that he's suspended for months, when you really think about it. So because he was suspended for such a long time, he wasn't able to hurt anybody. And so that's one of the things about incarceration, is when you incarcerate somebody, when you separate them from society, they can't commit any other crimes, they can't hurt anybody. And so, he was suspended, he wasn't like in prison, he was at home. But because he wasn't at school, He wasn't able to hurt anybody at school. So that's that. I'll do a Undead Nightmare playthrough. Butch Magnus, who's that? Thank you, Sleep Punch Man. Thank you for the super chat. What's your take on the Peru alien invasion? Isn't that thing going on in Mexico? Thank you, Maxwell. I think the whole alien thing is stupid. I don't think it's true. Thank you, Blinded Eagle. Hey, Pro, how are you? I went with my mom to see an apartment that we're going to start renting in November. The rent is $1,600 plus everything is paid, but electricity. So your gas and your water is paid for then? Is this like, yeah, I hope it goes good for you. What state are you in, if you mind me asking, Blinded Eagle? Because I wonder what the price would be, because that's some of the states are just some of the states 1,600 could be really expensive or it could be really cheap, depends on the place. What's the new DLC? Oh, there isn't any new DLC right now. Any interesting stories from high school? Not that I can think of at the moment. Oh, let's get over to his helicopters then. Here, yeah. Oh, Patrick, nice hat. Thank you. Hello, Pro. Can you say hello? I just said it. Well, hello, Brianna. Cheap Taco DLC. Food fight? I've actually never really seen a food fight. I've never really seen one happen. Is it better to own property rather than renting, even if it's way more expensive short term? Renting has advantages to it. Renting, you're gonna spend more money. You're gonna spend more money renting. But the thing about renting is that renting, you can, you know, you can exit. You know, most people sign a lease for a year, so if anything, you're gonna be stuck at that property for a year. But if it's like, if you move to like a new city, for example, right? If you rent like an apartment in a new city, you get to live there for a year. You get to see what life is like in that city. You get to see like how expensive things are and stuff like that. And if you don't like it in that city, you can just move out. If you buy an apartment, it's gonna be a lot more difficult because now you're gonna probably have to sell it, and chances are you're probably gonna get less money than you bought it for. So that's what I'll say is there are some advantages. Your thumbnail says new DLC stream. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. That's from a layout. That's from a previous layout for a stream. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to clickbait anybody. I'm sorry. My mistake. That's my bad. Let's do Sunday afternoon stream. Damn, I messed up. I'm sorry. My bad, everyone. I feel stupid now. Okay, let me see here. Fix this here. Yeah, that was from an old, because I have like the layouts for my thumbnails. I have them like saved to make it pretty easy to make thumbnails, and I accidentally like used that old layout. I'm sorry, everyone. Here. Yeah, there is no DLC right now. New DLC. I fixed it. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Forgive me. My worst bully was a stalker. Stalked me from age 11 to 14. Stalkers are crazy. No rhyme or reason. I just last saw him in 04. Hope I never see him again. I'm really sorry that happened to you, Suspect 13. I hope you told somebody about that. You got him in trouble. I'm in Indiana, so she makes decent money and gets child support from my dad. But yeah, basically everything is paid for but the electricity. I'm just gonna fly here. Toxic, I'm just gonna fly here because it's just easier for the pilot to fly by himself, because then co-pilot has to hit the buttons. I hope that it's well, I hope it's a nice place, Blinded Eagle. Have you ever been to college, or no? Yes, I finished, college. But, what I will say about college is, the thing about college is, I'll tell you something, is the people, people that got me really annoyed when I was at college, the people I couldn't stand when I was at college, are the college elitists. Even though I went to college, I can't stand college elitists. I really never liked those people. Does anybody here in the comments know what a college elitist is? Okay, let's see here. Is there another story you had involving, not that I can think of at the moment, London. A college elitist, maybe you haven't heard the term before, but you probably know what it is. A college elitist is somebody, it's somebody who, it's somebody who basically goes to college, and they think that they're smarter than everyone else, and they think that anybody who didn't go to college is an idiot. That's what a, I went to an expensive education organization, so I'm better than you, peasant. Yep, that's exactly, you got it right there, Viking. You got it right. It's somebody who acts very entitled after going to college, and they basically think that anybody who didn't go to college is like an idiot. That's basically what a college elitist is. And I've seen those people. And they honestly piss me off. I can't stand those people. They think that because somebody didn't go to college, they're like an idiot. I can't. Those people have always annoyed the hell out of me. I'll tell you something. It's the same exact thing happened in my high school. In my high school, you know, they had things like AP classes. And the AP classes, these are like more advanced classes. And what happened is, the kids who went to AP classes, they treated kids who didn't go to AP classes like they were stupid or something. They're like, oh, I'm better than you, I'm smarter than you, because I take AP math, or AP calculus, or whatever. You don't take AP this. You know, that's what I say, is that those people, like, annoy the hell out of me. It's like, who are you to judge somebody else? Let the person make their own decisions for themselves. You should stream Hell Let Loose at some point. I'll be in the party soon. Love the new fit, by the way. Season 6 for Modern Warfare 2 starts soon. I don't care for it. I have to finish the Battle Pass. I'm like level 70-something in the Battle Pass. I still have to finish that. Thank you, Melons. I will tell you something. I will tell you something though. When I was in government and economics in high school, and when I was in government and economics, my professor at that time, he I was considering transferring to AP government. That's what I was considering doing. And what ends up happening is, you know, I talked to my teacher about that, and my teacher, this is in 12th grade. He tells me that, he's like, no, you know, please don't go, you're a good student, and, you know, you participate in my class, and he said that it doesn't really matter that much, colleges don't really care about that, they care much more if you have good grades. That's just what my teacher told me in government class. He's like, don't take AP, don't bother with that, it's like, all they care about is whether you have, like, you know, good grades or not. And so I didn't do it. I didn't take the AP government. Wasn't for me. I turned out fine. I got to a good university. I finished college, and you know, I went to the same college that the AP students went to. So that's that. I'll tell you something though. Did you see my super chat about your bully? Let me take a look here. What do you think about the matchmaking issue in Payday 3? It's really bad. I'm considering making a video about it. Thank you, Sleep. Thank you, Sleep, for the super chat. Let me see here. Did I miss your super chat? Butch Magnus. Yeah, I read your thing. Who's Butch Magnus? Let me Google who this person is. Here. I don't know who this person is. Oh, Butch Magnus. Oh, this kid. Oh, I forgot the kid's name. It's that big kid in the Boondocks who took Riley's chain. Oh yeah, this kid. I remember him. Yeah, that kid. Yeah, I would say he's like, yeah, that bully that I was describing. I would say he's just like him. Yeah. What happens if you fail classes in college? Well, you'd probably have to pay for them again, unless the college has some kind of program. I've never taken any sort of logistics-related study lesson, and I've worked in dispatch department for over 2 years. That's pretty good for you, Viking. And so, yeah, I took 12 AP classes. It saved me thousands of dollars at Berkeley. The best content is taught in AP classes. Well, it's more a subject to opinion whether it teaches you the best classes. Are AP classes harder than regular? Sure. But it's the question is whether they're really, truly effective. I'm glad that they helped you in your case, but I went to the same exact university as the AP students did. And I didn't take AP. I had good grades, I had a good GPA, and colleges looked at that. So that was it. I did speak a second language, Polish, which I guess that helped me. But it was, but yeah, I just personally did not think that the AP classes were worth it. They didn't help me at all in anything, and I was fine without them. So that's it. Going to college out of state is expensive. Yeah, it definitely can be, Dark Soul. It also depends on where you're living. If you're living where you're living, it can really determine a lot more money. Can you speak fluent Polish? Yes. AP is like an advanced class in high schools. We could, if WRV is online, I'll help him, because I promised I'd help him with his heist, Justin. But if WRV isn't on, I'll help you with your heist. It's so stupid you can't sell Pegasus vehicle planes. I used to play GTA a lot more back when I was rich. Now I'm broke and I can't sell those stuff. Yeah, I think you should be able to get rid of some of them. Thank you, Upland boys. Let's see here, Isaiah. I'm taking human management at Ivy Tech. Any good advice? Human management. What is that? Is that like teach you about being a manager? About being like the boss of people? Can you explain to me what that's about? What is that exactly? What are some good options besides college? Trade school. You go to trade school, you learn a trade. Trade schools will at least get you... Trade school, you'll be able to finish a lot faster than college, because it teaches you the stuff that you need right away. It's for HR. How did you get through college without student loans, bro? You better call the Saints. I did get some financial aid when I started college. I did get some financial aid when I first started college. It wasn't like a lot, and then I ended up finishing college. We just paid all of it off. It's me and my parents. We just paid all of it off. I didn't get any kind of loans. Hi, bro. Sorry I am not in the lobby. I'm having too much fun with Starfield. Hope you give it a try one day. It's great. Have a great stream. Sheep tacos. Thank you, Fernando. Thanks, man. Are you still in your parents' house? I'm visiting my parents right now, but do I live with my parents anymore? No. What kind of degree did you get? Law enforcement technology. Bachelor's. Yeah, that's about human management. I would say the best managers are probably people that, how do I say? The best managers are probably people that are nice and reasonable, but also don't take BS. That's probably like the best managers. Did you use that degree? No. Every time I hear student loans, I just think of that cringe line from Saints Row the reboot. Yeah. Oh, man. Would you want to be a chief of police? No, no, no. No, the amount of stuff that you'd have to deal with as chief of police, no, no. No, thank you. Did that degree feel like a waste of money? I got some education, so, more education is not always necessarily a bad thing. I didn't end up using any of it, but, Yeah, it has pierced him. Thank you, Shui. Thanks, man. Have you ever searched about your heritage, and if not, would you ever do it, or even a video about your family tree if comfortable? Yeah, the thing about that is, I am 100%, you know, my background is 100%, you know, Polish. You know, I'm born in the U.S., I'm an American, but my background is 100% Polish. However, though, even though my background I'm 100% Polish, I'm only about half Slavic. And you're probably wondering, if you're Polish, how are you half Slavic? Aren't all Polish people Slavic? Well, the reason for that is because my mom is a Polish Slav. My father is a Polish Slav Tatar. So the Tatars are a you know, people that actually come from Central Asia. They're people that are they're from the Far East, and they not like Far East like China, but more like they're more like the regions like, you know, farther east of, like, Kazakhstan, like, around those areas. The Tatars had, like, lived in, you know, Central Asia for, like, a long time. They're not Russians, by the way. And so, my ancestors, they had actually come to Poland, you know, like, hundreds of years ago. So you're half European as well? I wouldn't say that I'm half European, because the Tatars are Europeans. You know, they've lived in Poland for centuries. They originally weren't from Europe, but they had lived in Poland for a very long time. Wouldn't you be a quarter Tatar? Kind of around there, I guess, then. But it's, yeah. Like, my grandmother, for example, my grandmother was, like, 100% Tatar. She wasn't white, you know, she was Tatar. But she was from Poland. But, like, a lot of people, when they like, see my grandmother, they don't think that she was from Poland. But no, she was from Poland. She, you know, she passed away a very long time ago, but yeah, that's what people don't know, is that there's, you know, there are, the Tatars are, like, an ethnic group that is in, mostly in Eastern Europe, and they're originally from the East. They came originally during the, how they got to Europe is they came originally during the Mongolian conquests. So during the Mongolian conquests, they came here, and then when the Mongolian Empire collapsed, a lot of them stayed in Eastern Europe. Let's see here. Yeah, well, the Tatars have also lived in Crimea for a very long time. The Tatars had actually lived in Crimea before the Russians did, before the Russians and the Ukrainians, so they had actually lived there for a very long time. They used to have their own country there, actually. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're having a good stream, Pro. Just wanted to share the news that the DHC just got monetized. Oh, congratulations to DHC. I wish DHC well, and I wish him good luck. Oh, there we go. Let's see here.
You closed that deal.
Well, what was it? Now that I'm trying to think about it, do the Tatars make an appearance in any kind of video game? I'm trying to think about that. Yes, actually they do. If anybody has ever played Kingdom Come Deliverance, the Tatars and the Cumans are very closely related to each other. So you know those guys that wear like the the metal masks and like the pointy hats in Kingdom Come Deliverance. They speak in Hungarian, but they're not from Hungary. Those guys are Tatars. And they were originally mercenaries that they would serve as mercenaries in a lot of European armies, and that's the Hungarian king was using them at that time. And so yeah, that was I would be related to those guys technically then, but those would be the Hungarian Tatars. I'm more related to the Polish Tatars. My family is from Crimea. My father's side had Tatar roots, and my mother's side is, well, Jews that lived in Crimea. Not today, because most of my mom's side live today in Israel. Oh, okay. Well, the Tatars, in Niko Chuk, if I'm reading your name correctly. You look like the guy from the Saboteur. Well, this outfit originally I did use for my Saboteur playthrough. Yeah, Nico, but you know that, you say that, let me see here, let me read your comment again. My father's side is Tatar's roots and my mother's side is Jewish. So you know that, Nico, that, that the Tatars used to have their own country in Crimea. You know about that, right? Wait, what? What, Nico? What is that? Hummus. Oh no, it's a Middle Eastern dish. I know, I've never eaten it. I didn't know what that was. Okay, let's see here. My chat is messing up right now. Hold on, it's not scrolling down. The Crimean Tatars got deported to Siberia under Stalin, and some historians estimate that 46% of them died. Did I see the new Everywhere trailer? No, I haven't, Lonely. Thank you for the super chat. But, I'll take a look at the new Everywhere trailer, probably when I get the chance. But, yeah, about the Crimean Tatars, is, they used to be the majority of the people that lived in Crimea. Like, a lot of people think that Crimea was historically controlled by Russia or Ukraine, but the Tatars had actually lived there for hundreds of years, before the Ukrainians and before the Russians had actually come into that area. And they even had their own country there. It was called the Crimean Khanate, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. And what ended up happening is, it was a separate country. It was allied with the Ottoman Empire. When Russia and the Ottomans got into a war, there was a treaty that Russia and the Ottomans signed, and that was that the Russians were never to invade the Crimea, but they invaded it and they annexed it. And so the vast majority of people actually that lived in Crimea were Tatars at one point. They were actually not Slavic. And the reason that Tatars are a minority in Crimea today, even though they used to be a majority, the reason that Slavic people outnumbered them so much is because in 1944, what happened was Stalin sent the NKVD in, which was the Soviet secret police, and just took the entire ethnic population of Crimea and deported them into Siberia, and then he settled the land with Russians. And so, Russia uses that as, says that it's historically their land, but Russians have only lived there, Russians have only been the majority in Crimea for, I would say, the last 70 years, Russians and Ukrainians. Where it used to actually be, the majority were, over 70% used to be Tatars, but the original inhabitants, only 70 years ago, in 1944, they were not Slavic, they had their own separate language, the Tatars. They actually got deported and thrown off their land, sent to gulags in Siberia, and just murdered by Stalin. And so a lot of people actually do not know that about Crimea. Here. Uh... do you think Nico and Roman have human heritage? No. But Nico Chook, did you hear what I said? Let's go over here. Do you think Damon Gant, as a police chief, cared about upholding the law despite abusing his power like Dave Norton, or did he want to boost his career like Steve? Damon Gant was a bad guy. He just cared about his career primarily. Yeah, 50 Cent would be my favorite rapper. Okay, Nico. Yeah, let me just read your comment one more time, Nico. Your father was Tatar and your mother was Jewish. So ask your if your father knows the history though, ask him about Crimea. Ask him if he knows about like the history of the Tatar country in Crimea. He probably does know about that. Hello, Pro. Hope you are having a good day. I just got monetized. Any tips when it comes to monetization? I hope it goes well for you. I would say though, DHC, is I don't know if you curse in your videos, but avoid cursing within the first 30 seconds, because if you curse within the first 30 seconds, YouTube will instantly demonetize. That's just what it's been like. And the thing about this is, even if you're not the one cursing, if it's like a video game character that curses within the first 30 seconds, you will still get demonetized. Your video will. So make sure you check within the first 30 seconds, make sure there's no curses. Let's see here. Thoughts on Keanu Reeves? That's the guy who plays as John Wick, and he played in The Matrix, right? He's, you know what I actually like about him? I like that he does a lot of his gun stunts. He does it on his own. That's what I like about it. Like, he's trained on a lot of gun courses. I thought that was really cool about Keanu Reeves. Like, just look up Keanu Reeves, like, gun training, and you'll see that he actually trains a lot of that on his own. He doesn't use, stunt people. I thought that was actually really cool. He does martial arts, all that I didn't know. What do I think is the most shocking death in The Walking Dead? I would say probably Denise getting shot in the face with a crossbow. I think that's even more shocking than Glenn's death, because Glenn's death, I saw that coming. That was I knew that was gonna happen. My father and mother knows and well, all my family is well pro-Ukrainian and well is part of my heritage being part Ukrainian and part Tatar, though I mostly well identify as Israeli Jew. Oh, okay. Well, does your father still know the Tatar language? Because that was spoken in Crimea. Have I seen The Last of Us TV series? A few scenes. I gotta watch the show when I get the chance. Would you ever sell drugs as a last resort? No. No. You know, the thing about this, even if I was, you know, poor, you know, I'm not going to do something to hurt somebody else. I'm not going to commit crimes. I'm not going to resort to that. Okay. Have I ever seen Home Alone 3? Oh, I don't remember which one that is. I've seen some of the Home Alone movies. I've seen the one in New York. That one I've seen. No, I've never seen Sons of Anarchy. New York is Home Alone 2. Okay. I learned today that Jimmy DeSantis voice actor Danny Tamborelli also voiced Arnold on Season 2 for The Magic School Bus. I never... That's a cartoon, right? I don't think I've watched that one, though, Mario. Thank you for the super chat. Here we go. But Nico, does your father know any of the language? When am I uploading the video on Reddit Online? The video fighting the griefer. When I get the chance to, probably this week sometime. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna message the griefer, the guy who griefed me with God Mode on Reddit Online. I'm gonna probably message him tonight, and I'm just gonna, you know, ask him, like, you know, why do you cheat? Why do you do this? And just see if he responds to me, if anything. I just want to see what he's gonna explain himself with. At Season 9 and onwards of The Walking Dead, it's basically humanity trying to return to living normally instead of just surviving like Fallout 4. Thank you, Lendon. I stopped watching The Walking Dead. I don't remember what season it was, but I got up to that part where, like, Rick blows himself up on the bridge, and at that point I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop watching it at this point. At a Vietnamese press conference, President Biden announced to the crowd that he was going to bed. Well, thank you for the super chat, Jimmy. And I will say though, is a lot of New Yorkers got really angry at him because he is the first American president that actually did not visit New York on the September 11th anniversary, and that's never happened before, and so a lot of New Yorkers got really mad at him for that. A lot of people here were talking about it. Okay, it's here. Nico, you still here though, man? The Cimmerians? No, I've never heard of them before. Oh, you're in New York? I'm from New York. I'm visiting family in New York. So right now I'm in New York on my, you know, gaming laptop, but I live in the Midwest though. Weekend Singer, what's that? What if GTA 6 has an orbital cannon will ruin the game? Tatars, yes, T-A-T-A. R Tatars. Yes. What laptop is it? Wanting one. I will look it up for you in a moment here. Thank you, Sensitivity, for the super chat. Let's see here. What advice would you give for failure? To probably learn from your mistakes and try not to have it happen again.
That's a success.
There are advantages to failing, if, even though that sounds messed up. It's that you learn from it, and you realize, you know, what caused you to fail in something. I like both of them. I don't know which one will be the better one, though. Ice cream headache. I don't know which one would be the better one. Top 5 most honorable things that Vic Vance did? Yeah, I could do that. I like Payday 3's armor so far, that, Is Nico still here? I guess he probably went, here. Can I see your car collection? Sure, but it's honestly nothing special. I just own a bunch of them, but I'm not that good at customization, though. Wait, stream's lagging? What? No, I haven't, Lyndon. November. What kind of game is that? Is that a console game, Hester? What was the best era of your life right now, I would say? Hang on one second. I'm gonna get you the link for my laptop in a little bit here. chapters in GTA 6? Hmm. I don't know if I remember that one, Tricky Mario.
You doing that?
Okay, here we go. Forged documents delivery. Whoa, whoa. It was used for part of it, Aaron. What's your question? Okay. Okay. Second here. And, I'm going to, I'm gonna put the, my laptop in the chat right now, because people have requested it. Hold on. Laptop that I use. Oh, the link is just so long. It will be on all, okay. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to try to look up the laptop on a shorter link, because this link is so long I can't even put it in the chat. You like Starbucks? I don't really go to Starbucks. Yes, I'll play Undead Nightmare. Good evening, Akiba Tiamada vs. Professional. Wait, what? What? Thank you, Zombie Sorcerer. Thank you for the, thank you for sponsoring my channel, man. Okay, hold on 1 second here. I'm gonna put the laptop in the chat that I use. You got an Amazon? No, I got it on Best Buy. Is Martin Madrazo Ray Bulgarian more powerful? Ray Bulgarian, I would say. You got way more connections. worst clickbait on GTA 5? I might make a video on the stupidest clickbait, like top 5 stupidest clickbait. Maybe I'll do that, but I have to carefully think how I'm gonna do that video without giving the clickbaiters attention. I'm just trying to find that laptop so I can just post a link because people have been asking me for it. Okay, I think this is it. Let's see here. I'm just gonna double check with my friend that this is the Amazon link. It's the same one here. Oh, careful. I'm not gonna stop, so just keep going. Lance Vance is Franklin? What? Have you read Animal Farm by George Orwell? Oh yes, I did. It's actually one of my it's one of my most favorite books. No, I've never been to Miami. I'm gonna play the Getaway games one day on the channel.
That's
Okay, okay guys, I'm gonna put this in chat here. One second. Okay, what I just pinned in chat, guys, that is the laptop that I'm streaming on right now. That is the laptop that I use. So that is the laptop that I use, for people wondering which one I use. Yeah, I'll probably play the new Modern Warfare, yeah. The granddaughter from Gran Torino sucked. Oh yeah, she did. Is Lance the dumbest GTA character? He's definitely one of them. Oh, we got a long drive here, 6 miles. Why don't you play Call of Duty? I haven't had time recently, honestly. can't reply what? Okay, I see you. I see it. Yeah, probably should lower this a little bit. My phone was making a bit of noise there. Nico, you still here by any chance, man? Yeah, it's been a great I've been using that laptop for 2 years now. It's been a great laptop. Oh no, there was a viewer that was called Nico actually before that I was talking to earlier. I never got the chance to fully watch it, Rifleman. What kind of game is The Walking Dead Destinies? Is this like a third-person game, first-person game? What kind of game is this? Dumbest mistake you made while playing GTA 5? I would say giving people too many chances. There's people that I played with where they would constantly do stupid things, and I would give them way too many chances. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. There are people that I play with. Oh, whoa, okay, don't want to fall down there. There are people that I played with, right, in the past, where what they would do is, and I'm not even talking about me, but we would be playing with, like, groups of friends, right? And this even happened on streams, too, where this hasn't really happened in years, but it's gotten really annoying. Somebody in the comments let me know if this has happened to you before. I'm sure it's happened to at least one person who's really annoying. But basically what happened is we're like a friend session, right? It wasn't technically a friend session, it was like a public session, but we just filled it all up with friends mostly. And so what we do is, somebody asks for help, right? They're, can you help me sell my business as a professional? And I help them sell all their businesses, everything. And the second I finish helping them sell their businesses, you know what they do? They immediately leave afterwards. They just leave. So they don't help anybody else. They don't do that. They just leave. That doesn't happen anymore because we don't tolerate it. When it happens, though, we call the person out. But basically, that's happened to me before, is, we've helped people sell, and the second that, we're done helping that person sell, he just leaves and does not help anybody else sell. And that's messed up. If people help you sell all your businesses, you should help them sell their businesses. You don't just leave right after they help you finish with your sales. It's not nice. And I've had it happen where these people have left before, and you know, every single time, you know, I message them and I'm like, you know, why did you leave? Why didn't you help with the sales? And they give me like, it's almost always the same excuse. It's always, oh, I had to go, or I had to eat, or you know, something like that. And it's like, you know, if you are helping, if somebody has time to help you sell all 5 of your businesses, then you should have time to help them sell 5 of their businesses. That's how it is. It's called common courtesy. It's called having the honor, respect for other people and their time. But has that happened to you guys ever, where like, you know, you help somebody sell all their businesses and then they just leave right after and they don't help you sell? Has that happened to anybody else? Because I've seen that happen multiple times, and it's annoyed the hell out of me when it's happened. I never do stuff like that. I always help people finish. If somebody helps me with my businesses, I always help them finish everything.
Look.
And you know, I tell people in the past, if you don't have time helping other people sell if you don't have time to help other people sell their businesses, then don't ask help for selling your businesses. That's what I've always said. When's the GTA 5 100% stream? I'll probably continue it, finish GTA 5 100%, but we're probably going to do Red Dead Redemption, you know, 100%. We're going to finish that. Have you had friendly customers at retail? Oh, of course. There's always friendly customers. But, you know, the thing about that in retail, when you work in retail, or even if you work in the food industry, if you work in any kind of customer, if you work in any kind of service that has customers, that you deal with people, right? You are almost never going to remember the nice customers. You're going to remember the bad customers always, because of the bad experiences that you get. That's what you're going to remember primarily. They would either leave or CEO remember. Yeah. Thank you, Christine, for the super chat. Are you doing any of the contracts to double money this week? I'm sorry that I haven't had a money guide out on GTA Online, guys, in like the event week money guide, but I've been so busy. So like this Thursday, if it's like a good event, I'll do another money guide. If it's a good one this Thursday. I'm just really sorry I haven't had one. I've just been so busy with just so many things. Okay, Toxic, do you still need my help with anything? Man, I'm crashing so much right now. Are you doing any of the, thank you, Jane58, for that super chat. Walking Dead Destinies. Let me see here. Let me just Google this really quickly here. The Walking Dead Destinies. Let's see here. Wonder what this game looks like. So you can change like the entire story from like the show.
Jesus Christ! Sweet Jesus!
What I will tell you about, yeah, the thing is, a lot of people, like, you know, defend, like, Shane in The Walking Dead. I remember the early seasons of The Walking Dead. I watched all of those, and so I remember the story pretty well. Shane would lead the group to disaster. That's the thing about it, is people thinking that Shane's a better leader than Rick. No, Rick was always a better leader. Shane would have gotten, you know, half of the group killed, because all Shane cares about is he just cares about Lori, maybe Carl. That's it. He doesn't care about anyone else. So like everybody else, he'd screw over. So that's the thing about Shane, is he's gonna get everyone killed. Let's see here. You invited me to your business?
Someone film that shit.
No, I've never been to Canada. Oh, okay, Skull. Bro, out of everyone in the entire GTA and Red Dead universe, who is the closest from being a psychopath besides Dimitri? Also, yes, I had a guy who asked me to help him sell his businesses in Polito. Who is the closest to being, a psychopath besides Dimitri? Well, there actually are a few psychopaths in the GTA series. Claude is the only playable psychopath. Not even Trevor is a psychopath, but Claude is. Claude, Catalina, who else would I think of? What other psychopaths are in GTA? Claude, Catalina, Dimitri. There's a few more. I would have to think very carefully about it here. Brad, yeah, Brad's one too. Brad is a psychopath. Micah in Red Dead is definitely a psychopath.
Hey, welcome.
No, Faustin, I wouldn't call Faustin a psychopath. Because Faustin doesn't betray people. So that's what I wouldn't say that of a psychopath. A psychopath wouldn't care about betraying people. That's the thing about it. I wouldn't say that Tony's a psychopath because Tony loves his mom, even though it's a twisted way. Tony still cares about his mom. Psychopaths don't care about anyone. Psychopaths also are not loyal. They don't have loyalty. So, the thing is, Tony's very loyal to Salvatore. Even though Salvatore treats Tony like garbage, Tony is still very loyal to him. So, that doesn't make Tony a psychopath. Billy Gray? I don't know. I'd have to think about it, too. Tenpenny? Tenpenny does believe... Tenpenny, in his twisted way, believes that what he's doing is right. Which that makes that Tenpenny is, yeah, Tenpenny I wouldn't say is a psychopath. Yeah, Billy is a narcissist, yeah. Here. Lance a narcissist. Sonny, I guess, kind of, El Rubio, maybe. There's not enough information on Rubio. No, Luis is not a psychopath. I don't know where you're getting that from. Maybe I'll play it, Hester. Do you know what, do you know what character I really wish they never killed off in the early Walking Dead? What's his name? Oscar. Yeah, Oscar. That guy. I really wish they never killed off Oscar. Oscar, to me, seemed like a cool guy. For people that don't remember who Oscar is that prisoner. Remember, he was at the prison? He saved Rick's life. I wish they wouldn't have killed him, and I wish they wouldn't have killed off Axel either. I wish they didn't kill those guys off, because, like, they basically put those characters in as, like, background characters. They just put them in as, like, you know, characters from, like, the prison. And then they killed them off in such stupid, like, Axel and Axel and Oscar had both of them had stupid deaths. And so that's, no, I wouldn't, yeah, I wish they wouldn't have killed off Axel and Oscar, honestly. Narcissistic GTA characters? Well, almost every character in GTA is narcissistic to a degree. Okay, after I deliver this here, I'm going to, okay, Merryweather is starting to get really annoying. When I deliver this here, I'm gonna help somebody with their heist. Oh, God, they're getting really annoying now. Oh, I can drop mines from this thing, I forgot. Okay. Why do I hear Santa bells? I don't know. I hear it too. I don't know where it's coming from. Isn't everyone narcissistic? No.
Oye, ¿cómo estás? You fucking piece of shit! I'll kill you!
Festive corn on van? Oh. This is why I carry explosive round. You see this? Look at how easy this makes it. There we go, easy, destroyed, okay.
That's crazy as hell.
I've read some of them, not a lot though, Hester. Okay, let's leave here. ESRB wanted to use phrase facial recognition for GTA 6. No, that's stupid. No. No facial recognition. That's stupid. That's not the business of companies. Companies shouldn't have your face. When do you upload the next Red Dead Redemption part? There's still one more part I have to upload, and the final part is going to be the Strangers mission. So it's me, Jack, helping strangers. Thank you, Electric, for the super chat.
Great, okay. Looks like you're done here. I will fiddle the accounts and send you the money.
Oh, I missed a super chat? I'm really sorry. Let me see here. I missed one. Oh, Eddie Lowe, I think he was pretty psycho. Thank you, Offer. I remember Eddie Lowe. Eddie Lowe definitely had massive issues. He's the most scariest GTA character. Payday 3 is working, is it? You're recording in the game? Oh, that's just a glitch. It just keeps happening. Okay, who needs help? Who needs help doing a heist? Does anybody need help doing a heist? I want to do a heist here. No, I never played Yakuza before. Oh my god, this recording thing is getting on my nerves. Yeah, the recording, it's like I had double tap down the D-pad to look at the map, and oftentimes it records, which gets really annoying.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she definitely has psychological issues, Henderson. Brandon, are you doing a heist? Justin, are you still here? You need help with that heist? Can you invite me to your heist then, Justin? What do you think of my, username? I don't understand it. Do you think Eddie Lowe is more scary than Dimitri? Yes. Justin, you gonna invite me to your heist? I'm just waiting for the invite. Yeah, Armando Mendez could be a psychopath. You're right on that. Is that a Polish hat you're wearing? No, this is just a, what is this, like a flat cap? That's what this is called, I think. Your teacher was just like Miss Finster? Well, Miss Finster wasn't necessarily a bad teacher. She was very strict, but she still cared about her students. You're talking about the recess teacher? Um, yeah, I'll tell you something, Mateo, about that, is, I had this guy who, you say that this guy, he griefed yourself, you're helping this guy with his garbage truck mission, and the guy brought him back up. So, what basically happened is, there was this griefer, like, a few months back, and I think I have the footage somewhere on my PlayStation, I have to look, but there was this griefer that, what he did was, he blew up my Acid Lab sale. Like, he knocked me off my bike, and he blew up my Acid Lab sale. And I got annoyed, and then what I did was I just kept killing him. Like, I kept blowing him up over and over and over again. I just kept killing him. And what ended up happening is I have other people that came over and started killing me because they thought I was griefing the guy because I kept killing him over and over again. And so I've had that happen where people... I've had it happen where people are stupid, where, like, just because somebody is killing another player repeatedly over and over again doesn't mean that the player that's dying was the innocent party. And so I've had that happen to me a few times where I'm killing a griefer over and over again, and I have other people that come to and attack me, and they think that I'm griefing that person when it's actually the other way around. Wait, where is he?
You'll walk in without any problems.
Dustin?
Seeing you dressed up like that makes me feel all fuzzy.
Oh, what the?
It's like your kids putting on their uniforms.
Where did he just go? Okay, that was...
Only I don't have kids. Just some pretty basic AI experiments that swear at me in Russian and want to destroy the world. You know, we all love in our own ways. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Let's rob this thing.
I hope I'm not lagging. Am I lagging for anybody? Is the stream okay?
Drive in past the garage entrance and follow the road to the racetrack. The tunnel entrance is under the bridge.
Pro, do you find Jimmy Kimmel annoying? Honestly speaking, I find most of the late night show hosts really annoying, like almost all of them. What I will tell you about, like, you know what I'll tell you about it is, it's not to get, it's not to get involved in, like, politics much, but what I will say is that, what's his name, Conan. Conan is, like, the only guy that I can watch. Like, all the other ones, Samantha Bee, Jimmy Kimmel, all of them, I just can't stand them, because Conan is like that one host where he just stays away from politics. Like, he might occasionally mention it here and there, but he largely stays away from it, and that's why Conan has, like, that's why Conan's audience isn't really toxic. Because if you look at the people that watch Conan, they're not really toxic people. But if you watch, like, a lot of the people that watch Jimmy Kimmel, they can be really toxic. I'm not saying every person that watches Jimmy Kimmel is toxic, but if you just look at the comments, it's always some political crap. It's like, I thought this was supposed to be a comedy, not, political debate. But that's why I can't stand, like, that's why I can't stand Jimmy Kimmel, because he constantly goes into that stuff, and he constantly just shoves it in your face. It's like, if I'm gonna watch a late-night show host, I want to watch somebody to laugh. I don't want to have political stuff shoved in my face, at, like, 11 o'clock at night. So that's, yeah. Conan is about comedy, not activism. Summed it up perfectly. And that's why I will say is that that's why Conan has been very successful, because Conan has stayed away largely from the political crap. So that's why Conan, stays away from it. That's what I like about Conan. Pro, is driving difficult? I wouldn't say so. I mean, it obviously depends on the vehicle that you're driving. Bro, what's your thoughts on net neutrality? You mean like not letting the government? I made a video on that a very long time ago. You mean like not giving the government the or that internet providers can't like throttle internet speeds? That's what it is, right?
Alright, you're gonna need your key cards to get into the man trap there. 2-card system. Swipe at the same time.
But do you know, like, the thing about that is...
How much better does it feel when the marks are this
Dave
dumb?
Chappelle is good, too.
Keep going!
Oh, come on. Okay, swipe it again.
Swipe at the same time, y'all.
Professional, I avoided 2 copyright claims for 2 airshow videos due to a combination of editing and the noise of fighter jets. Oh, well that's good at least. If you have some background noise, you actually can avoid copyright claims a lot of times. But it does get really annoying. I will, you know, admit the claims. Thank you, Alvinor, for the super chat. But, you know what I wonder is, what happened to Jon Stewart? That's what I wonder, because I used to watch Jon Stewart when I was a kid, and Jon Stewart was always about politics. He was. But the thing about that is that Jon Stewart would attack both sides equally. Like, when I was a kid, like, when I was a teenager, and I watched him, like, he attacked both sides. But, like, now today, he only attacks one side. Not trying to get into any political crap, but I just don't get it, like, you know, why he just changed so much. He was funny when he attacked both sides. He made fun of politicians on both ends. But now he only talks about one side constantly.
Hey, that art looks expensive to me. Let's give it a new home.
Okay, let's go left here.
Good news. Seeing as we stayed under the radar, we have a little more time here. Now, your hacker can block the security sensors while you're in the vault, but only for a while. If the system goes quiet for too long, it triggers the alarm as a failsafe. And, did I mention that if the alarm goes off in here, they'll flood the place with nerve agent? No?
There,
Okay,
look at how fast we
I'm
got
mentioning
that.
it now. If you're making good time in there, try getting into some of the lock boxes.
Paintings, okay. There we go, opened. Oh no, I agree with you, Miles. Here's the thing about this, is if you are going to do political comedy, right? You either do one of two things. Either you stay out of politics and comedy, just completely stay out of it. But if you do political comedy, you have to make fun of both sides equally. That's how it's got to be done. You can't just make fun of just one side constantly. And that's why I find political comedy so annoying. Because it's usually attacking one side constantly. Like South Park, yes. That's why South Park has never been cancelled. That's why. Because South Park makes fun of everything equally. That's the thing about South Park. It makes fun of everything. South Park? No, I wouldn't say a South Park is biased, because it makes fun of everything. If you make fun of everything, it can't be really biased.
40 seconds. 30 seconds.
Bro, what's your longest Duolingo streak? I actually recently lost it. I had a 52 streak and I lost it.
20 seconds left. Don't dawdle. Perfect. Now get out before they smell a rat.
Time to get out.
Gas incoming. 10 seconds. Time's up. Here comes the nerve agent. protect.
Okay, do it.
Who'd have thought it? People, that is the mother load! We cleaned him out!
Good work. Bro, you don't miss New York scenery? Not really that much. I mean, if anything, I miss the people in New York. My stream is blurry? Wait, what? Is my stream blurry? Remember Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, I just, What's happening here? It's... What the... Open the... It won't open. Do you guys see this right now?
Y'all done in here? Hey, listen, that fella on the vault door, how'd he look? We snuck a double strength laxative in his coffee. He'll be shitting slurring in his britches by now.
Alright, thanks, y'all.
Alright, now stay calm. Back the way you came, through the checkpoint. Nothing to see here. Okay, I need you to stay calm. They've seen what you did to the vault.
What's your thoughts on Prince Harry? Oh, I don't like him at all.
Keep moving and keep quiet. Time to change your outfits. We need a fresh
Oh,
start
come
if you're
on,
gonna
the
make it out of here under
cleaning
the
thing is
radar.
here. Okay, hang on.
Very sharp. Now relax, channel your inner self-important douchebag, and waltz right through the front door. They're closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace. Security is sweeping the whole building. Stay one step ahead, or this whole thing...
Why
goes
can't I
south.
open any doors? Okay.
No! Oh!
I don't know why it's... The thing about me is, I'll tell you something. When it comes to, you know, when it comes to, you know, monarchy, I'm not a big fan of monarchy. I just don't like monarchy in general. I don't have anything against the royal family specifically in Britain, but I would never want to have a royal family ever. And, you know, my country, actually, specifically the United States, we suffered because of monarchy. You know, we fought to get away from it. And, when it comes to, like, Prince Harry and, like, you know, Meghan Markle, I found myself in an awkward position because, you know, my country rebelled against monarchy, but yet I was defending the monarchy against, like, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because they were even, you know, they were much more annoying, and it was just getting completely ridiculous. It was like Prince Harry was just constantly, you know, it was... The whole drama thing can be blamed on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They are responsible for the majority of it. And they constantly... The thing about that is that, you know, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle constantly act like they're the victims, but yet, no, they're the ones who are causing most of the problems that are happening in the first place.
Push your luck. Stay away from the cops. You should avoid the bulk of the cops this way. The only thing that matters is making it to your ride. Remember, they know the vault's been hit, but they don't know who you are or where you are. They have patrols sweeping the whole place, and all the civilians have been evacuated. So if they see you, they'll know it's you. So just stay out of their way, keep your cool, and get to the buyer. The driver has the getaway car in position. I've pinged you the GPS. Get to the buyer, don't bring the cops, and we're home free.
Thanks. Car.
Alright, our decoy is online. The cops are confused as hell. Don't get seen near him, or the cops will figure out what we're doing. I've pinged your GPS with this tracker.
Piece of shit!
Okay, let's go there.
Just got word from the decoy. We don't have long before they have to tap out. Make the most of it.
That's probably the fastest we've ever lost the cops.
Alright, the decoy is out.
Lost the cops before the decoy ended. That was actually really good. Prince Harry looks nothing like his father. Well, there's all these conspiracies that he's not really his son. Can I have your hat? Thank you, late Low Kings. But no, it's I do really like this hat. But thank you for the for the super chat. Excuse me. People gonna make fun of you for not taking the heli. I like driving. I don't know, you know, it's just I don't like always taking the helicopter or everything. They say they want to be left alone and to be left out of the royal family, and then show up on the royal family's functions, and then go on talk shows and talk about how bad their lives is. Yeah, essentially it. Here we go, got this now.
Really? Can't be got a problem?
Yeah, that Prince Harry crap is just ridiculous. And the thing about this is I don't understand why he has to bring that mess to my country. Like, we don't want this drama over here in America. It's like, we don't have a monarchy. We don't deal with this crap. It's, you know, that's just, Oh my god, I missed it by 12 seconds. Oh my god. Ugh. Damn. But yeah, I don't know why Prince Harry has to bring that crap over to America, because we Americans don't want to deal with his nonsense either. Uh... Muted it on my end through OBS, so it's, Oh, I never played Manhunt. I do want to play it one day. Oh, thank you, DB. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I do appreciate it. Funny little emoji there, too. Thanks, man.
Space
But,
Marine 3 is the most addictive shit of all time.
I guess we'll be wrapping up the stream here, guys. I'll still stick around for 1 or 2 minutes and answer questions, if people want to ask me things. So anything you guys want to ask me before I go, I'll answer questions. No fat. If you want to see something funny, Pro, I'd recommend you watch 1970s version of Match Game. One of the humor on that was great. Match Game, never heard of that one. I could look it up. I played LA Noire, yes. Have you seen Matilda? I read that book a long time ago when I was a kid. How long have you had this hat? This hat? I've had this hat for a little bit under a year. I bought this hat around last December. I don't know, I don't watch The Simpsons. Thank you, Lewis. What's your thing, Isaiah? Let me look. GTA Online heist be like money fight. Well, even if GTA heist was a money fight, it still wouldn't be as cringe as Saints Row. Well, I guess we'll be going here, guys. Oh, Electric, thank you. Would you like to help me with the Doomsday heist? My name, Gangster, you're on PlayStation, Electric? If that's a PlayStation name, I can add you. I can add you a little bit later, then. I can do that, Electric. Thank you for the super chat, man. I see fake GTA 5 clickbait. I'm gonna make a video on probably the stupidest GTA clickbait. I guess we'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I love the Watch Dogs games. I'll play Spec Ops The Line one day. Thank you, Mario and Lendon, Phoenix, and thank you, Random Gamer and Spectro, Mateo. So I'll see you guys. Good night, everyone. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We had a lot of fun, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful night.